So that was the fourth chapter. And then in the fifth chapter, Gyan, Karma, Sanyas, Yoga. Like, how do you completely let go all aspects of it? So it's a very quickly, this is again, remember triage mode. We quickly addressed. Very powerful. One of my very dear chapters. It's a small chapter. It's just so beautiful. You know how like when, if you have experience, when some, couple of examples, when Nitya, if you go to a concert, like a big concert, like Jason Mraz or Lionel Richie or something like really, really big. Before that, there's some little guy performs, like 30, 50, whatever it's called, right? Pre-show. Yeah, but that little guy is also a big guy like, compared to us. Like they hit it out of the park, don't they? They're almost as good as the big guy who's going to follow them. And sometimes you feel like, oh, don't stop, keep going. I can hear that person, like I never knew. Like, I mean, I have a couple of examples, but they're not coming to me. So you start out saying, yeah, okay, I don't want to, but then the little guy really dazzles you. Or Madhu, you'll relate to this when you go to some satsang, for example, in India, right? Because it's Sant ke samne, Guru ke samne. And they're going to come at 9 o'clock, whatever. But 8:30, someone else comes and sits on the dais and they start doing their satsang, setting the stage. And you feel like, okay, well, when is the main speaker going to come? If you really get into it, that mini speaker actually does a phenomenal job. Like, pay close attention. They know what they're talking about. They've done their homework. They're prepared. They're ready, and they're doing a fantastic job. And we've experienced that, right? Whether Suresh Anand or others. I liken this fifth chapter to that little guy. The sixth chapter being the big guy for me, right? The sixth chapter, because that's where the triage is finished. And you have survived. You're not ended up dead. Triage agar successful hota hai, the blood gushing out has stopped. All that, the surgery has whatever has succeeded. Now you're going to move you to downgrade you to a different category. So fifth chapter so powerfully sets up the sixth chapter that it blows my mind. Some of the verses that are in it and some of the ideas and the concepts. And we've spent enough time on it. So if you ever want, you can always go back to gitayog.org or better yet, YouTube, search Empowering Gita Reflections, and the YouTube channel pulls up. It's listed by playlist, by chapter, by language, and all that. And you pick that and start listening to it also. Or best is do your own processing, do your own thinking about it. Nothing can beat that. So that was the fifth chapter. And then, of course, the bright sixth chapter, Dhyan Yoga, Atma Sanyam Yoga. I cannot sing enough glories of that myself. There's many verses that I can cite from it that are just one cannonball after another. I might as well not start on that because then I will not stop it. I know that. Therefore, I am going to stop and pause here and invite you all that this was the triage mode. First,